Okay, let's cut to the chase. The grass type is just bad. Like, really bad. It has 5 weaknesses, which is the equal worst with the rock type, and it has 7 types that resist its attacks, which is the equal worst with the bug type. Yeah, as you can see, it ain't very good. But I'm still gonna play through the Paldea region using only grass type Pokemon. And to make things interesting, I'll mainly be using all the new grass types introduced into Paldea, and I cannot box any of them. Well, unless they die, and that's because we're playing with Hardcore Nuzlocke rules that are on the screen now. We start the game with our green-haired hero, and we grab ourselves a grass cat from Director Clevel. With our feline partner at hand, we beat up Nemona's duck, as well as Arvin's pet squirrel. Wait, I'm pretty sure I had one of these at home. Anyway, we breeze through the start of the game and make our way through into the academy to meet our classmates. Right, something is definitely wrong with these kids here. This is Tic Tac, correct? I hacked your smartphone so I could talk to you. I hope you don't mind. Seriously? If only there was a way to stop people from hacking my devices. Wait, how could I forget? I just need to use this video's sponsor, Surfshark. Look, it's 2023, and if you're still not using a VPN service, you are certainly a much braver man than me. When you use Surfshark, it protects all your data via encryption and keeps your online activities private. Do you really want the world to see what you're searching? Didn't think so. And while cybersecurity is important, that's not even my favorite part about Surfshark. Did you know that streaming services lock out certain shows depending on your region? Well, thanks to Surfshark, I just changed my location with a click of a button and boom, I'm in another region with all their exclusive content. Also, this can be applied to unlimited devices, so you'll always be protected no matter what you're using. So how much will this cost? Well, if you head into the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen now, you can use my promo code TicTac and you'll receive a massive 83% discount on your subscription. And just to sweeten the deal, you can get an extra 3 months of protection depending on your plan. Oh, did I mention that there's a 30-day money-back guarantee? So click the link and give it a go. Thank you Surfshark for the sponsorship, and now let's get back to the video. Our first badge is held by Katie and a bug-type Pokemon, and you know what's weak to bug types? You guessed it, grass-type Pokemon. But I have an ace up my sleeve, Capsakid. Now this green chicken-looking Pokemon may look useless, and well, it actually is pretty useless in this form. However, if we go on a bit of an adventure through Paldea, we can get our hands on a valuable Firestone. With this stone, our little green chicken evolves into a Scorvillian who knows Flamethrower. So yeah, Katie and her bugs didn't exactly put up much of a fight against Spice Girl. And that makes it our first gym badge in the bag. Not long after the battle with Katie, Luna evolves into a Florigato, which is very convenient as our next task is to take out the Stony Cliff Titan, Clorf. And even though this thing does eat its vegetables, Terrestrialized magical leaves from Luna completely destroys this poor giant crab. Arvin is satisfied with our work and doubles our badge collection for the run. Losing no momentum, it is now Brassius and his grass-type Pokemon that stand in my way. We enter the arena and this guy jumps off a windmill, unharmed and ready to fight. Once again it's Spice Girl's time to shine, as both his Petilil and Smoliv are turned into ashes with a single flamethrower. Sudowoodo does survive a flamethrower, but a rock throw from the fake tree is not enough to take out Spice Girl, so it goes down on the second turn. Brassius doesn't take the loss well, but as long as we get our badge, I don't care. Okay, next up we have a problem. In fact, a Titan-sized problem. Bombardier. Knowing that this bird is going to murder my poor Pokemon, I decided to add a couple more team members. We backtrack to Cortondo City, and right outside, we can find ourselves a tiny Smoliv. We then head outside Artisan City, and near a tower there, we can add a Toedscool to the team. The team is now doubled in size, but there's still a giant bird ready to feast on my Pokemon. We head up the mountain, dodging the boulders, and we get the attention of the Titan. Luna leads right off the bat and can dodge a massive rock throw from the bird, while also doing insane damage with a play rough. Bombardier stops playing around and our wing attack brings Luna all the way down to 2 HP. But our grass cat stays focused and ends the first phase with a second play rough. Arvin then shows up for the second phase and actually saves the day. Luna is on her knees, so I switch in Squidward, who thankfully only gets tormented from the bird. Knuckly then chips away at the bird, landing a rock throw and doing good damage. I have Squidward terrestrialized to lose his grass type, and thankfully Knuckly is targeted, eating a wing attack before delivering a big smackdown. We then land a poison powder on Bombardier and momentum swings in our favor. Squidward uses Protect, but it was wasted as Bombardier targets Anakli, going for a torment before one more smackdown leaves a giant bird on its last legs. It then targets Squidward, doing insane damage with a pluck, but we hold on, allowing Knuckly to drop a pile of rocks on this giant bird and get the kill. Yeah, don't give Squidward the credit here. This was all Knuckly. Ivan hands over another badge for the collection and then tells us about his sick Mobostiff. Have you tried a Pokemon Center? A Pokemon Center? You mean those free-to-use services that can heal your Pokemon and can be found at every corner of Paldea? What exactly did you think? That before I tried my luck at a Pokemon Center or used some potions, that I'd just go travel all over Paldea, fighting giant Pokemon and collecting herbs to make sandwiches for my dog to eat? Yeah, that was a stupid question. So, you like to watch all my videos but haven't subbed yet. I mean, that's cool, but if you really want to be a Giga Chad, or Chadette, as 25% of my viewers are ladies, just click that red button below. Thank you. With a couple of gyms and Titans taken care of, it is finally Team Star's turn to get smacked around. But before I can visit Giacomo, we find some tumbleweed, and that's actually a Pokemon. Once we catch it, I can actually just walk 1,000 steps with it to evolve it, but it's not needed for the next fight, so for now it can stay as it is. We raid Team Star and Giacomo comes out on top of his car with a laptop for some reason, ready to battle. He brings in a Pornard, which is melted away with a flamethrower from Spice Girl. Now it's a Starmobile, and this thing is not too difficult. Spice Girl continues to flamethrower the car, but once she gets low on health, she tags in Luna, who can land some big play roughs and eventually bust up the car. Giacomo is beaten, and we have our first Team Star badge. After the fight with Team Star, I decided that I wanted to evolve our Tumbleweed as it was a good matchup for Iono. So I just sit here while it rolls, and eventually it's rolled enough and we can evolve it. Iono and her electric Pokemon is our next main objective, but before we can deal with her, Nemona wants to battle. Luna starts the fight, and we can see Bomb her Rockruff, taking it out. Pawmi is next in, but it leaves just as quickly after a Seed Bomb from Luna. Now it's the Duck, and just like the others before it, it's Seed Bomb to its death. Thanks for the warm-up, Nemona. Now we need to deal with Iono. I slap on a wide lens on Thorns, boosting her accuracy, and we start the fight. First I terrestrialize to lose my flying weakness, and then I use Rollout. We don't quite get the kill on Watch Roll, but we can eat a Pluck and then follow up with a stronger Rollout, killing the bird. Luxio comes in and it intimidates me, dropping my attack and surviving a Rollout. It then hits me with a super effective bite, but we survive the hit and a second Rollout takes it out. Bellibolt is thick, but we're on our 5th consecutive Rollout, which means it has a whopping base power of 480. So yeah, it's dead. Her Ace Miss Magus would normally be a bit of a problem for most, but I have a plan. I switch and Hug Me, and as expected, it goes for Hex, which we are immune from. Then I switch in Squidward, and as expected, it goes for a Charge Beam. So, as tedious as it is, I continue to swap them back and forth until it runs out of Hexes. Squidward then comes in, poisons its stupid electric ghost, and slowly takes it out with Poison and Mega Drains. It took a while, but we got the job done, and she hands over the badge. Right after the battle, Hug Me gets a level 25 and we can evolve it into a Dolive. So at this point you've probably noticed that every member in the team is actually a brand new Pokemon in Generation 9. And as much as I'd love to keep it that way, there's a certain fight coming up that would basically slaughter my entire team if I don't add one particular grass type Pokemon. So I head here to Artisan City, and in this lovely cafe over here, I can eat some spicy potatoes. Next I head to the Tag Tree Thicket and start dashing into trees until I find myself a beautiful Applin. I catch the Dragon Apple, then I head to the Delibird shop and purchase a Tart Apple. Using the Tart Apple, our Applin can evolve into a powerful Flapple. With our newest team member, we can now raid the Firebase and take on Mela. Her Torkoal sets up the Sun with Drought, so I go for a Protect turn 1 to waste one of her Sun turns. The next turn I terrestrialize and go for a Dragon Pulse, which doesn't quite get the kill, allowing Torkoal to hit me with a Clear Smog. I follow up with a second Dragon Pulse, taking out her Turtle, while leftovers are keeping me healthy. The Starmobile comes out, and we can go toe-to-toe with the oversized car, but a Blazing Torque leaves us on the slither, while a terrestrialized Dragon Pulse is agonizingly close to getting the kill. Wanting to keep Dragon Fruit alive, I switch in Spice Girl, who thankfully only needs to take a Swift, which does minimal damage. The Starmobile goes for an overheat, but we can survive the hit, allowing us to respond with a bite and finish off this monster once and for all. That was another close call, but we come out victorious and we get the badge from Mela. Back to Titan hunting we go, and this time it's a lurking steel Titan, Orthworm. Spice Girl makes short work of this giant metal slug by flamethrowing it in both phases until it shrinks into nothing. Arvin is happy, giving us a badge, and now we are one step closer to helping his Mabostiff. Back to the gym challenge we go, and this time it's Kaskarafa City. Hey kiddo, I heard you're like way too good at battling, yeah? You know what? Yeah, I'll back myself in a battle. Oh, you're laughing at me, huh? You sure you want to do that, Rika? Don't worry, I'll remember this. After being insulted by Rika from the Elite Four, we take our frustrations out on Kofu. So, Kofu is a water type gym leader, and I have a team full of grass types. So as you can imagine, this didn't end well for the celebrity chef. His Crabominal did survive a Terra Seed Bomb, but we do survive a slam, so we follow up with one more Terra Seed Bomb, crushing his water crab. We take a photo together and we get his badge. Also, after the battle, Squidward decides that he's ready to evolve into Toadstool, which is actually perfect timing. We head back to where I found my Dragon Apple, as that's where Atticus and his poison crew like to hang out. We find the base, clear through the grunts, and force Atticus out of hiding. Our newly evolved mushroom can outspeed and one-shot the Skuntank with an Earth Power. Reveroom comes in, but another Earth Power dismantles the toy car. Now it's mucked, and this pile of gunk doesn't go down to an Earth Power, but a Sludge Wave barely tickles us, so we can follow up with one more Earth Power to eliminate him. Finally, it's the Starmobile, and Squidward refuses to ask for help as he goes 1v1 with the car. Back and forth we go as we get hit with spinouts while retaliating with Earth Powers. By the third turn, we are faster and deliver one more Earth Power to the car, sending it to the dump. He doesn't take the loss well, it seems, but then we bow at each other for a photo. Now that we have a new level cap, we can evolve our final two members in our team. First, Luna becomes a Meowscarada, which is my favourite final evolution out of all the starters, by the way. And of course, Dolliv becomes an Arbolivelia. Larry is next up, and this poor guy just wants to eat some lunch. Also, it turns out the Geeta is a horrible boss. You gotta dock this man's pay? Sheesh. Unfortunately for Larry, it doesn't get much better for him here. Luna can set up with Hone Claws, raising our attack and accuracy, while Kamala makes us drowsy with a yawn. Now we Hone Claws a second time, and for some reason Kamala goes for a second yawn. At the end of the turn we fall asleep, but a Chesto Berry wakes us up. His Koala then gets destroyed by a Flower Trick from Luna. The Dunsparce is next in, so I Terrestrialize and a Flower Trick is enough to take out this monstrosity. Finally, it's his Ace Seraptor, and even with an Intimidate, a Terrestrialized Flower Trick is more than enough to get the kill on his bird. We put Larry and his Pokemon out of their misery, and we can get some lunch together. Nemona hunts us down, looking for a battle, trying to show off in front of Geeta, but she's gonna regret it. Luna leads against a Lycanroc and can get up 2 Hone Claws, raising her attack and accuracy while eating some Accelerox. Then from here, Luna unleashes and starts picking apart Nemona's team one by one with Flower Tricks and Play Roughs. Even her Terrestrialized Duck can do nothing as it falls to a single hit. I mean, you tried your best, Nemona. Our next stop is the Snowy Mountains, where Montenovera City can be found. This is where we can find Rhyme and a ghost Pokemon, so we head to the gym to take her on. Dead or alive? Let's make this a vibe. No, definitely not dead, please. I kind of like being alive, if you don't mind. She leads with Mimikyu and Banette, while I have Luna and Hugme that take the lead for me. Luna Terrestrializes and takes out the Banette with a single Night Slash, and Hugme can set up a Leech Seed on the Mimikyu. The crowd then boosts every single one of our stats because we Terrestrialize. Luna then continues a killing streak, this time by Night Slashing the Houndstone. Hugme then breaks Mimikyu's disguise with an Energy Ball, and Rhyme is on the ropes. Toxtricity does Terrestrialize, but a Night Slash from a powered up cat is too much for it. Hugme then can follow up with one more Energy Ball on the Mimikyu, taking it out. We beat up Rhyme in a double battle, and we grab another gym badge. Our next badge takes us to Asada Desert, which is good as I need a defrost from all the snow. Here I can find the Quaking Earth Titan, Iron Treads. This futuristic Donphan can be handled fairly easily with Hugme, who can Terrestrialize and just keep using Mega Drains, dealing damage while staying healthy. The second phase is not much different, although Arvin does pitch in with his Scovillian, making things a little easier. The Titan is defeated, and Arvin can get his hands on those herbs, and we can get our hands on the gym badge. Now we need to deal with Tulip and a Psychic team. Well, actually before that, Nimona needs to be taught a lesson as she keeps jumping me for a battle. Luna, can you deal with this for me please? Lycanroc, dead. Sligo, dead. Pawmot, dead. Quaquaval, dead. You really out here telling people you're a champion, huh? To be fair, my next opponent, Tulip, isn't much more difficult. Luna can simply set up on a Farigiraf with Hone Claws, get into +6 due to leftovers keeping me healthy. Then we go all out on a team. Farigiraf is Night Slashed and killed, Gardevoir is Night Slashed and killed, Espartha is Night Slashed and killed, and finally, her ace Terrestrialized Florges, well yeah, it's Night Slashed and killed. That's our 7th gym badge, and we only have one more to go. This young man here is Tic Tac. He's so good that even La Premier has taken an interest in him. Oh, so you've changed your tune since last time, hey Rika? Well, it's too late for flattery. I'm still gonna crush you at the Pokemon League. Our adventure takes us back to the snow, and now we have the final gym leader in the game, Grusha. Brrr, I'm freezing. Really? I'm out here chilling with some school shorts, and you're covered from head to toe, and you're the one that's freezing? Now, ice types are one of the many weaknesses I have, but I have a plan. I give Thorns the Wide Lens, and I throw him out to battle. We start with a rollout, which is just short from getting the kill, allowing Frostmoth to go for a Blizzard, which instead of dealing damage to us, boosts our attack because of our ability, Wind Rider. From here, Thorns can literally kill every single one of Grusha's ice Pokemon with rollouts, and thanks to the Wide Lens, this move is 99% accurate, making the final gym one of the easiest fights in the game. They will listen to every word you say, whether it's cool or not. Oh, really, huh? Just kidding, guys. Get your heads out of the gutter. Before I start picking apart the Pokemon League trainers and the champion Gita, we have some unfinished business to take care of. First up is Team Star, and it's Ortega and his fairy Pokemon that need to be punished. Squidward takes a lead against his Azumarill, and we can freely set up growth on this bunny. Azumarill is a rabbit, right? Well, it doesn't matter. It does try to use Bounce, but we can protect on the attacking turn, and Charms don't bother me as I'm a special attacker. Azumarill, Wigglytuff, and even the Dash Bun all fall to a single +6 Sludge Wave from Squidward, leaving just the Starmobile to deal with. A magical talk from the Starmobile actually brings Squidward right down to 5 HP before a Mega Drain does just under half, but also heals me right back up. We do this a couple more times until the Starmobile runs out of juice and falls apart. Ortega has a hissy fit, but eventually hands over the badge. Look guys, I'm sure this is important and all, but can we kind of talk out of the rain, please? The false dragon Pokemon Dodonzo is the final Titan that needs to be dealt with. Thankfully, with Hug Me using Mega Drains, Leech Seeds, Leftovers, and Grassy Surge, we cannot die to this giant fish. Even when the Tatsugiri wants to have a piece of us, the same strategy can easily handle the piece of sushi. Arven finally gets all of his herbs, and we get our last gym badge from him. And of course, let's not forget about his Mabostiff, who has now been fully healed. Last, but certainly not least, we have Eerie from Team Star to defeat. Squidward takes a lead, and we can set up 2 growths on a Toxicroak before taking it out with a Terrestrialized Earth Power. Passyman is in next, and we go for a Giga Drain, which doesn't quite get the kill. Thankfully, a Seed Bomb also falls short, so our second Earth Power finishes it off for us. Annihilate is next, so I go for a Giga Drain to recover some health, and this crazy monkey lands a close combat that should have killed me. However, Squidward loved me so much that it didn't want to die. Thankfully, because of the defense drops, a second one can take it out, and we can recover some health. Now it's Lucario, but an Earth Power is more than enough to defeat it. Finally, the Starmobile is out, and this thing goes for a Shift Gear, raising its speed and attack before Squidward smashes it with an Earth Power, doing almost half its health, while dropping its special defense. Not confident Squidward can survive a hit, I switch in Spice Girl, who just watches the monster set up another Shift Gear. Yep, I would have killed if I just stayed in and attacked with Squidward. Thankfully, we can get off a flamethrower on the car, which is enough to kill it and get us the win over Team Star's final boss, Eerie. She hands over the badge, and we can officially begin the endgame. We head over to the Pokemon League building, and I only have one thing on my mind, and that's to embarrass Rika. Hug Me takes the lead and eats a Blizzard from a Whiscash like a champ. We then respond with a Terrestrialized Mega Drain, ending her first Pokemon. Rika panics, bringing in her Fire-type Camerupt, thinking that will save her. Really? A Camerupt? That's the best you got? Don't make me laugh. Now it's Donphan, and this thing hits pretty hard with a poison jab, although we completely heal ourselves with a Mega Drain and bring it down to its sturdy. Rika then desperately goes for another poison jab, but we eat the hit and we take out the Donphan. Dugtrio comes in and sets up a Sandstorm before being Mega Drained into oblivion from Hug Me. Finally, she brings in her ace Clodsire, who terrestrializes into a pure ground type, only making it easier for me to kill with my grass attacks. Not smiling now, I see. Thanks for the warm-up, Rika. Poppy is next, and although steel types resist grass, I'm not worried. Spice Girl sets up with a growth, boosting my attack stats, while Copperaja uses stealth rocks. I get greedy, going for one more growth, and a high horsepower does just under half damage to Spice Girl. Now we go on the attack, and we start by flamethrowing her Copperaja, taking it out. Corviknight could be a problem, but a single flamethrower sends this bird packing. Bronzong would have had a chance if it was thick fat, but it's not, and it gets melted. Magnezone does have sturdy, so it does survive the hit, but it sets up a light screen, which is annoying, but it also allows us to take it out on the next turn. Finally, it's our ace Tinkerton, who hits us hard with a Stone Edge, but expecting that, we had Terrestrialized to lose our rock weakness. It then does survive a flamethrower, thanks to the light screen. We protect as I know a Gigaton Hammer is coming our way, and because this move can't be used twice in a row, we eat a Brick Break on the following turn, before ending Poppy's last Pokemon with a second Flamethrower. The Flying Master Larry is next up, and this battle goes pretty smoothly. Dragon Fruit sets up with a Dragon Dance, boosting my speed and attack, while Tropius goes for a Sunny Day. I then Terrestrialize and go for one more Dragon Dance while eating an Air Slash. Now we can sweep through Larry's team with Dragon-type Terra Blast, which although it is a special attack, it will use my attack stat as it's my highest stat. One by one they fall to my Dragon Fruit, including his ace, Flamingo. Sorry to do that to you, Larry. Hassel is next, and does this guy have a ball rash or something? Man, why do you walk like that? Anyway, he's the Dragon Master, so I want to give him a taste of his own medicine. I lead with Dragon Fruit, and okay, that was way too close. We do get off a Dragon Dance, boosting my speed and attack, and we all know what happens from here. So with the Elite Four beaten, all that's left is the champion, Geeta. Luna leads against her Emu, and we Terrestrialize to lose our Dark Weakness and set up with a Honed Claws. Now this does also raise her Spartha's stats, but she isn't a physical attacker, so I'm not worried. We eat a neutral Dazzling Gleam thanks to Terrestrialization, and now we can set up one more time on our Emu, while taking a Lumina Crash pretty well. Now it's time to attack, and a Night Slash is more than enough to take out our Emu. Geeta then sends in Falooza, and it dies to a critical hit Flower Trick. Now it's Overlug, and this thing is a monster, but a +2 low kick is just enough to smash this slab of ice into pieces. King Gambit is not a concern, as a quad effective low kick eliminates it. Gogoat follows suit, only this time it's a Night Slash from Luna. Finally it's an Ace Glamora, but one Flower Trick from Luna takes care of business, and we have defeated the champion Geeta. Back at the lighthouse, we find out that Arven's dad is trapped in Area 0, and we need to head there to try and save him. But before we do that, I have a few more battles, starting with Arven. Arven is a simple fight, as Luna can set up on his Greedent with 2 Honed Claws, and then we can one-shot every one of his Pokemon with Flower Tricks and Night Slashes. Even when the Mabostiff intimidates us, we have no issues taking him out. We were so close, Mabostiff. So close. Arven, are we talking about the same fight here? Next is Director Clavel, and this wasn't as smooth. Luna can set up twice on his Oranguru with Honed Claws, while we get put to sleep on the second turn thanks to Yawn. But I have a Chesto Berry prepared, so we wake up straight away and Flower Trick it to its death. A Abomasnow is pretty bulky, but a super effective low kick gets the job done. Next is Gyarados, however a critical Flower Trick once again saves the day. The Teapot also shares the same fate and leaves just as quickly as it came out. Amoonguss is a bit of a problem, as U-Turn is the only move I have to hit this thing with, which means Dragon Fruit comes in on the Mushroom only to get Toxic. We waste no time and Terrestrialize our Dragon and land a big Terra Blast, taking it out. Skelleridge jumps in, and I'm hoping that a Dragon Terra Blast would be enough to two-shot it, but I find out very quickly that it does not. At this point, I can't see any risk-free way of saving our Dragon Fruit, so I pray for a crit, but it doesn't happen. Funny enough, it does survive the Shadow Ball because of love, but then gets taken out from the poison. Really? Luna cleans up the mess with a low kick, and we have beaten Director Clavel. This must be quite a shock to you. Yeah, no, not at all.
Now bow down before the overwhelming might of Team Star's founder.
Sheesh, that's a lot of talk. Just for this to happen to you, huh? So now we have Nimona left to fight, and well, she hasn't put up much of a fight for the entire run until now. Just kidding, she's a complete pushover, and I still have no idea how she's considered as one of the best champions in the region. Now, normally I'd be disappointed with such a poor finale, but we all know I have one more boss to face. We head to the entrance of Area 0, where we meet up with Ivan and go down. Nimona and Penny do join us as we jump on our Miraidon and fly down to the bottom of the crater. From here we just make our way down deeper and deeper, unlocking stations until we're finally at the entrance of Professor Turo's lab. We enter the lab, and I'm sure you all know by now, but this is actually an AI robot and not the real professor. The mission doesn't change though, so we go down to where the time machine is and we go to shut it down. This initiates the final battle with the Professor. Well, the AI version anyway. Squidward leads against his Iron Moth, and we Terrestrialize lose our fire and poison weakness, which works out well as it goes for a fiery dance, which hurts a bit, but we can also get it for growth, raising both our attack and special attack. I decided not to be greedy, and we hit the Iron Moth with a huge earth power, taking it out. Iron Bundle comes in, and I'm kinda scared of this thing, but it goes for a Snowscape, which means we can respond with a Giga Drain and take it out in a single hit while fully recovering. Iron Thorns is also quad weak to ground, so yeah, an Earth Power does the trick. Iron Jugglers is actually immune to ground and resists grass type moves, but we can slowly take it out with Giga Drains as we recover enough HP after every Dark Pulse he hits us with. Iron Hands may have big hands, but that ain't saving him from an Earth Power from Squidward. And finally, we have Iron Valiant, who does outspeed and land a huge Brick Break on us, but we survive the hit and follow up with a massive Earth Power, which is enough to get the kill and win the fight. The Professor has now been beaten, and we have now completed the Nuzlocke. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.